Why does Larys want to help Aegon? In the 6th episode of House of the Dragon, we saw how Larys went to visit Aegon to give him advice. But we all know that Larys Clubfoot is an opportunist, and his intentions with King Aegon may be part of a hidden plan to get revenge for the humiliations of Aemond, the King Regent. Do you want to know what it's all about? In this video, we'll talk about Larys Strong's hidden plan to secure his power at court. For more videos from the universe of Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Welcome to the Three-Eyed Raven. Before we start with this video, if you want to participate in our giveaway, in which we will be giving away a Funko Pop from House of the Dragon, you just have to comment which king or queen you will bend your knee for and why. The winner will be announced on August 16th. To understand Larys's dark plan to secure his power at court, we must first understand what his true intentions are. Lord Larys Strong, called Clubfoot because of his pronounced birth defect, which causes his right foot to be curved sharply inward and downward, is the Lord of Harrenhal and head of House Strong. He is the second son of Lord Lionel Strong and the younger brother of Ser Harwin Strong. Larys, along with his father and brother, make their first appearance in House of the Dragon when they join King Viserys' hunting party. Since Larys had this defect with his leg, he decides to sit with Alicent and the other ladies. The interesting thing about this is that Larys did not speak at any time. He just listened as Alicent talked to the other ladies. Could it be that Larys was studying Alicent in order to analyze how to win the Queen's trust? That's at least something we can perceive that way. Since in Larys's second appearance in the series, when Alicent was in front of the weirwood tree in the Red Keep, he approached her to inform Alicent about the delivery of the Moon Tea to Rhaenyra by the Grand Maester. He subsequently made sure to tell her all the rumors about Rhaenyra, indicating that the princess was not to be trusted and that she might eventually become her enemy. But first, he made sure he offered to be her ally. From the subtle, yet mischievous way Larys approached Queen Alicent, it seemed that he already knew how to begin to win her trust. If that was his intention, then it worked to perfection, as it brought the relationship between Alicent and Rhaenyra further apart and, in turn, gave Larys the opportunity to be more trustworthy to the Queen. This is where we begin to notice how Larys was gradually entering the affairs of the court, but with a lot of cunning. Not only because his father became the hand of the king, but because he had begun to gain the Queen's trust. Such was this trust that Alicent informs Larys of the attempted dismissal of Otto, her father, as the hand of the king, and expresses her regret over her own father's dismissal. This is where we see how far Larys Clubfoot is willing to go. Larys gathers some prisoners from the cells, cuts out their tongues so that they will not speak about the agreement, and offers them freedom in exchange for setting a fire at Harrenhal to take the lives of his father and brother. After this unfortunate event, Larys goes to Alicent and informs her of what he orchestrated to clear the way so that Otto Hightower could return as the hand of King Viserys again. At this point, it becomes clear that Larys is an opportunist, willing to eliminate his own family to get what he wants if necessary. Thanks to Larys getting his father and brother out of the way, he becomes the new Lord of Harrenhal. Anyone else would have settled for that, because what's bigger than being Lord of your own house? However, Larys was not interested in this, as he never relocated to Harrenhal and was not interested in restoring the castle in the first place. This indicates that Larys is after something bigger or more valuable than being Lord of House Strong, and apparently, it has to do with the crown. Also, when the incident between Viserys and Aemond happened, in which Aemond loses his eye, he offered to take revenge and take the eye of the young Viserys. Although Alicent refuses, saying that it is not necessary, she makes it clear that his devotion does not go unnoticed and that the day will come when she needs a friend like that, to which Clubfoot replies very calmly that he will wait for her call. Little by little, Larys made himself understood as being necessary for Alicent, and she was convinced of it. Could it be that he desired some position in the court during the coup in King's Landing? Clubfoot observes the prisoners being escorted to the dungeons for their knowledge about the king's passing and an audience in the throne room in which Otto made the lords of the realm bend the knee and swear allegiance to Aegon. Afterwards, Larys advises the guards to arrest Lord Alan Caswell, who had attempted to escape from the Red Keep to inform Rhaenyra of the coup. After Otto Hightower orders Caswell's execution, Otto congratulates Larys, and Larys is promoted to the position of Lord Confessor. In this second season, We saw how Larys tried to curry favor with Aegon when he became king. Larys told him about the conspiracy rumors that existed at the time. So Aegon gives him a seat on the Green Council, and he is appointed to the king's small council as Master of Whispers. After all this, we realize that Larys takes advantage of every moment of war or chaos so that he can continue to rise. This reminds me of Littlefinger in Game of Thrones. Littlefinger wished to acquire as much personal gain as possible by plotting from the shadows. He constantly wished to destroy peace in order to harness chaos to his advantage. Chaos functions as a tool for those who seek to ascend to the throne. Littlefinger saw chaos as a ladder to ascend and gain power. Could it be that, just like Littlefinger, Larys uses chaos as a ladder to his own advantage? After Aemond was appointed as king regent, following the fact that Aegon was left between life and death prostrate in his bedchamber, he tried to gain Aemond's favor as well. But Aemond humiliated him in front of the Green Council. Would Larys remain with his arms crossed? In the 6th episode of House of the Dragon, we saw that Larys, after being humiliated by Aemond, went to visit Aegon in his chamber. After he stopped Aegon from drinking more milk of the poppy, as the drink drives away pain but numbs the mind, he proceeded to tell him that his life is in danger as long as his brother is king regent. For that reason, he needed to be sane. Aegon, who is bedridden and unable to fend for himself, and knowing that Larys is right in telling him that his life is in danger, begs Larys to help him. What are Larys's intentions in helping Aegon? Larys knows Otto Hightower very well, and knows that Otto was the one who basically ruled for Viserys. Larys most likely has an interest far beyond just being the hand of the king. So Larys's hidden plan is to win Aegon's favor again, to help him stay alive so that he can recover, so that eventually Aegon will make him his hand, so that he can dominate Aegon like Otto did with Viserys and actually be the one to rule. Do you think he could pull it off? Larys is not a person to forget unfinished business, so he most likely now has a greater motive for why he should seek more power. To get revenge on the ruling King Aemond Targaryen. He humiliated him, and it is already apparent that Larys is taking advantage of the chaos again, which means he is already acting on his plan as he puts the ladder to work for him. But tell me, what do you think of all this? Do you think Larys Clubfoot uses chaos as a ladder, like Littlefinger did? Do you think Larys wants to rule like Otto did? Did Aemond make a mistake by humiliating him in front of the council? And if you like this content, I invite you to become a member of this channel.